Welcome back to the wood shop, guys. I know a lot of you got table saws. If you bought those things brand new, odds are it came with something similar to this or even worse. And this one is okay, but today I'm going to show you a couple options if you want to consider an upgrade and you can save a few bucks. Stick with us. So real quick, let's go over kind of the features of just the basic one of these that most of yours are going to come with. Now, like I said, this one is actually a pretty good one, but I know a lot of those table saws come with a very dinky miter gauge. They're plastic a lot of times and they're not very accurate. I will say this one's pretty accurate, but now you do uh, have to kind of manually adjust this. There are some screws underneath that allow you to move that back and forth. And that's kind of about it as far as the features of this goes. There is a couple screw holes in here if you want to add a fence, that sort of thing, give you a little support. And just in case your miter slot is a little too wide, it does have, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there's basically set screws in here. You can adjust those out to take up any of that slot. So let's show you some of the upgraded ones and why they're so much better. Now, a little while back, I actually brought you a video on this exact miter gauge, and I told you then it was accurate. Now, this one does not have a adjustability function like this. I told you it had screws where you can move this back and forth. This does not have that, but it is accurate, so you don't need to adjust it. This one, it also has the little Allen screws here that are, if your miter slot is a little too wide, you can adjust those out. And if you've seen any of my videos since then, you can see I use this all the time. So it wasn't just a one-shot thing. It is very accurate. I use it all the time. As a matter of fact, I just had to wipe the dust off of it because I've used it so much. One of the things I'm not super crazy about, and I don't use it a ton, but basically it does have a little bit of an extended fence here. There is a knob on the back where you just turn it and it loosens it up. Basically that allows this to come out here. Now it's not very tall. That's the drawback to this. It does work, but I don't use it a ton. And this piece right here does flip down. As I mentioned, it does act as a stop block too if you wanted to do that. Basically, it's going to extend past this, and you set this extendable fence wherever you need it. Lock that down, and then you can make your cut. So it's a handy little feature. Like I said, it's just something I don't use a ton. And there are some similarities between the two here as far as setting the angle. On the stock one, you just unscrew the knob, push down this little lever, and you've seen it move right then. And it's got a few positive stops. And then you just lock it down, and it's set where you need it to be. Very similar to this one, except this one you loosen the knob. And I will say this knob is much more comfortable to be using than that little tiny thing. But you loosen the knob, you can see the little brass pull knob back here. You actually pull it and kind of twist so it's not setting itself back in there. And back in here you can see all these little indents. That is your positive stops, and you can set that to wherever you want it to be, 10 degrees, 20, whatever it might be. And then just say we're going to go to 45 right here. You can actually set that back down there where it needs to go, push it over just a little bit. And you heard that click in there. That means you're right where you need to be. You lock that down, it's ready to go. Now, I did pick this one up from Banggood. This particular brand is called Enjoy Wood. I had no familiarity with this particular brand at all. And I will say after using it, I would recommend it. And so that's why I'm glad we get to talk about this next one, because it is quite an upgrade over this one. It is also Enjoy Wood. And you can look at this and tell quite a difference. So let's go in here and look at the features on this one too. So first off, looking at this, in my opinion, it's a nicer looking one. But that don't really matter. As I said, accuracy is the most important thing. But either way, let's go over the upgrades of this one compared to that one. Now, the first thing I'll say is you'll notice the fence itself is larger, gives you more support upright, and this extends all the way down through here. And as you can tell, it is a longer fence compared to this one as far as the main part of it. We come back here to where the angle gauge is. You can see how much larger that is compared to the other one. The knob is a little different make, and I'm not sure 100% if I like the feel of this one over that one or not. This does get a little uncomfortable in your hands right here, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. Now, one of the things I really, really like on this one versus the other one here, if you'll notice on this older one, you have to take an Allen wrench to take these loose, and then you can slide this fence left or right, however you want to do that. The new one, they've actually just added thumb wheels, so you don't have to have any special tools. Just take your fingers and twist that, move it left or right wherever you want it to be, and lock it down. Okay, and we look at another huge upgrade in my opinion here. So I showed you here that we've got this small brass pull knob. You pull that out, then you move it to your particular angle, and you lock it back, and there's a small arrow pointing at that angle. This one actually has a little bit of a magnification on this sight glass. It may be hard to pick up on camera, but it's actually got a pointer there as well. Basically, it kind of works the same way as far as pulling that out. This has to be loose, of course, and you set it to whatever angle. Now, the big upgrade to this, if you look at the back of this compared to that one, there are so many more stops. So that's a great little option there. You've got them at 30, 35, 40, 45, that kind of thing. So you've got a lot more options for positive stops, and a big upgrade in my book. So one more thing here we've got that's kind of an upgrade too, and as I mentioned on this one, I don't really use it a lot, and so I don't know if I'll use this one a lot as far as this extended fence. I do like that they've added the thumb wheels here, so it's easy to loosen and tighten. Now, the issue I have with this one comes out, and you can see it does leave a bit of a hollow spot here, and that's fine and dandy as long as you've got a long piece that's going to be supported here. It's still going to work, but as I mentioned, that's not really a feature I use a ton, so I don't know that I'd consider that an upgrade for me just because I don't really use it. Now, this part I like better too, because the other ones I showed you had these little set screws in there. Those are a little bit janky in my opinion. If you don't get them twisted in just right, they can kind of hang out, and it kind of binds you up getting it in there, and you got to go adjust it. And so this one, if you do happen to have slop in the slot of your table saw, you can use these little pieces here that go in the top, tighten that down, and it'll spread out, giving you a little bit more adjustability there. Now, I will say mine, with these installed, it's already too tight, so I can't use those, which is fine by me. And then on to what I call the final upgrade, and this one is a big upgrade in my opinion. Not only does it have the stop block, basically similar to what the other one was, set it where you want, move it left and right. This one does have a sight glass too if you do use the measurements. As I mentioned, I don't use those. Move that down. The biggest upgrade though, when you got this locked down, and just say you cut a piece and it's still a little too long or too short, and then you want to readjust, this is actually a micro adjust. So twisting it that way is going to move it in, make your piece longer. Twisting it out naturally is going to make that piece a little shorter, depending on how your cut is and how you need to adjust it. That is a game changer in my opinion. One of the best upgrades they've added to this. Now, to be fully transparent with you, I have not tested this at all so far. You're basically seeing this as I'm going through it. And I did want to give us the best opportunity to get a good square cut, so I actually jointed one edge of this piece of scrap wood here, and I cut it to width at the table saw here. No particular measurement. I just got the crooked edges cut off, and you can see that one is quite crooked, so we're going to see if we can cut this at 90 degrees on the first cut. Now let's see how it goes. And I have my machine square here, probably my most trusted one, my most accurate. And let's see how good this thing gets us to 90. And that is pretty much spot on as far as that goes. I can't complain about that a bit. Yeah. No daylight under there. It's exactly where it needs to be. And as I mentioned, this one is also one you can't really adjust it if it were not square, but it is square, so we're good and thankful for that. And just while we're at it, let's try out this micro adjustment on this stop block here. We'll just set it at a random length here. So I'm not, we might want to use this in another project. So I'm just going to get the most out of what product we got. We're not going to cut a big cut. So I'm just going to get it right about there and lock it down. And then we'll micro adjust from there. Yeah, that micro adjustment is actually going to be a big game changer for me. I can't tell you the number of times I've been doing a project and needed to cut just the smallest little smidgen off and try to get it close, and then all of a sudden I've got it cut too short and I've had to kind of readjust. But that actually adjusts that by just hair width, and so that's going to be a big game changer. So there you go, a little bit of demo kind of showing you the features of these things. But I think, as you can tell from this, we've kind of got a good, better, best situation going on here. And in my opinion, this is absolutely the clear winner. Uh, just a lot of features on this one that make this even more accurate. And I'll say, regardless of miter gauge, router, templates, whatever it might be, the more accurate you can make yourself in your shop, the happier you're going to be, because you're going to struggle less with your projects. Either way, that's going to bring us to the end of this video. Tell me what you thought about these. I know some of you prefer like name brands and that sort of thing, but these save you a lot of money and you're getting basically the same accuracy. Now, as I mentioned, this is still a very good miter gauge, so I would recommend this one too if you don't want to, put the extra towards this one. But if you want to spend the extra, definitely check this one out. And as always, I'll leave a link to this particular product in the description. I appreciate it if you stuck around all the way to the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.